What's up, YouTube world? What's up, Turbo? Allergies are killing me today. Oh, goodness. But it's really nice outside. Alright, so let's go pick up that HUD and go for a little ride. First things first, gotta go fill up because I'm almost out of gas. And every other tank I've been using Chevron with Techron, because if you want to have performance, you gotta use Techron. That's what they say in the bottle. Nope, no they don't. And then we'll cruise on over. Get that HUD. Alright, that was a success. Thanks Eric from the Facebook market group. Got the HUD and actually got the switch too, which is awesome. So I'm just waiting on the bezel and the special harness. I think I need to look at it more, but let's go on home. All right, it's actually been a couple days since the last part of this video. This is the HUD setup I got. I do have a HUD enabled cluster already because I have a 2001. So, and I scored the switch and the harness, which is awesome. So that saved me some time and money. I'm still waiting on the bezel to come in to do the install, and this is cracked, so I'm gonna replace this too. This is also coming in the mail. But for now, it's really dirty inside, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this apart a little bit, clean it really good, make sure the mirror is intact, and make sure overall it looks sound and good and ready to go in when I put it in. So I'm gonna do that tonight. I'll show you how it looks inside, and then all my little pieces should be here by Friday, so Friday night, which is Tuesday now. Should all be wrapped up. And ironically, the flasher in my console, right there in the middle, kind of started going out the other day. It will just stay stuck, so I ordered a new flasher too. So I'm taking the dash apart, so I'll go ahead and throw a new flasher in there as well. So let's get this guy taken apart, cleaned up, put it back together, and we'll start taking apart the dash and the console, and I'll walk you through all those steps. All right, got her taken apart here a little bit. One thing I was kind of surprised was that it's actually a Japanese product. It makes me feel a little better about how old it is and if it'll work. This came out of a 2000 Corvette that was salvaged. So I'm gonna heat this up in a minute and get this off, no big deal. I did check the mirror for functionality and it does work just fine. Looks good, good amount of play. And in case you're wondering, you can see it, that's actually where the projection comes from, right over there, the heat sink behind it. And then it bounces off this mirror right here, which is really clean. And then comes to this guy, this mirror, and you can adjust it back and forth. So pretty neat, pretty cool. And there's a little optic right there that tells you, it's like a dimmer, if I'm not mistaken, how dim or bright, or when it should turn on, how bright it should be, or something like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this off. This mirror cleaned up pretty good, and then this will sit for a couple more days until I get the top part and the bezel, and this will be going in. All right, so I took the mirror out to clean it, and you can see it's still very reflective, but the silver on the mirror itself, I'm gonna blind you guys, is coming off here in the middle there, and I'm not sure if that's still gonna be reflective for a laser. So I'm gonna resurface this with a mirror film that works very well. Hopefully that'll work. The other mirror looks great inside there. Everything else is in good working order for what I can tell. Looks just fine. The only hiccup I have right now is the screen, which is coming in a couple days, and this mirror. So before I go ahead and try to install this and have it not work on me, I am gonna go ahead and resurface this just to be safe. Okay, we're back again with the HUD situation. It's been a few days. The film I ordered online still isn't shipped. I'm kind of impatient. I ran to Lowe's. I got some mirrored window film you'd use like on a house window or building, I guess. On a whim, it wasn't that expensive. I threw it on. It actually looks pretty good. So while this is drying, I'm gonna go start taking apart the dash and get the HUD back together and hopefully throw it in tonight. It's still really reflective. The edges are a little crinkly, but that should make a difference. The area that's going to reflect is right here, and it should dry and it should conform a little better. Hi Turbo, what's up? You gonna help me out? It's kind of overkill. I got all that for a little 2x6 piece. So, all right, let's go out to the garage and get things going. Right, Turbo? All right, got the mirror back in. Looking good. Still fully adjustable. So now we gotta get the new cover on this, and then we'll be good to throw her in. And in case you don't remember, the lens that came with it was broken, so I got a new one on the internet. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this one real quick. All right, let's direct our attention to the car now and start taking apart the console and the dash. First things first, I am going to disconnect the battery. All right, so I went ahead and started dismantling the console. I have no light in here, and I apologize. My camera helps a little bit, but when you do the console, there's a lid right here on the passenger side, 2 bolts back here, 10mm, 2 up here, 10mm. You're gonna have 3 connections for your passenger airbag, your cigarette lighter, and your fuel tank release. And this is gonna just come right out super easy. Next step, we're gonna take off the shifter and this part right here. Okay, up here for this front part, you're gonna have a screw down here next to the cigarette lighter, one back here behind your ashtray, and then one up there. And then take off your shift knob as well. And then all of this will come off as one piece. All right, cool, this came off easy enough, easy day. Next thing we're gonna do is up here. This vent is gonna pop right off, and there's gonna be 2 bolts on each side. I think they're 8mm, but I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. Okay, that's off easy enough. And to get it off, you just gotta put your finger in one of the grates, and it just kind of pops off. And the side nuts were actually 7mm. All right, next what we're gonna do is take off the A-pillars on both sides. They're just on with snaps. Use a little bit of pressure, and they'll come off. So let's go ahead and get that knocked out real quick. All right, both of the A-pillar covers are off. Easy enough, like I said, just pull them right off. Next thing we're gonna do is these 2 torque bits right here and right there. And all the Torx so far I've noticed are T15. So I have a T15, a 10mm, and a 7mm handy to start this job. And I'll add to this list as we go. All right, next thing we're gonna do next to the wheel is your cover right here. This is for, if you use an FRC or Z06, you're just gonna see the trunk, but it also has fog lights, I believe. This is going to come off, and there's going to be another T15 Torx behind this we're going to remove. All right, and after that, this thing's going to come off all the way across right here, and underneath, I don't know if you can see that well, but underneath here, there's 2 T15s. You'll see them, we look underneath. We're going to take those out next. Also, once you undo those 2 T15s, it's going to fall down your little knee plate here, and this is going to be connected to your ambient temperature sensor for the cabin, and just go ahead and disconnect that. And by now you should have a whole bunch of parts everywhere just hanging out. All right, on to the next step. Okay, next we're going to need our 7mm. Starting on the driver's side, there's 3 7mm we got to take out. There's one here. Phone. Keeps turning the flash off because things is too hot. It's not even hot in here. Ridiculous. All right, so one here. One right here, and one right here. Let's go ahead and take those out. All right, back over to the passenger side. We're gonna do 3 more bolts real quick. We're gonna do this one right there, this one right there, and this one right there. All right, we're getting there. So now the glove box portion. We're gonna have 2 plugs right here, like right there and right there, that come off easy enough, like plastic, which is with a screwdriver they'll come off. And back inside there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a 10mm on both sides. You're gonna take both of those out, and up here there's a few 7 millimeters we got to take out. I believe there's 3. That one. And that one. There's one right here. Don't worry about that guy. That one's fine. Alright, so at this point you should have a huge mess of things everywhere, and it should look pretty scary, but if you follow the directions as I laid them out, it should come off just like this. I think I have to do a little bit of acrobatics to get it out, and then move it out of the way, and then we can get to the HUD. Alright, so my interior is completely gutted and destroyed. It's pretty scary to look at, but honestly, it took me about 45 minutes. It wasn't too bad following all the procedures I found online and videos. It made it a lot less scary. Here's the dash. I am going to have to cut a hole in here momentarily for the new HUD. It seems pretty straightforward though. And I did get the new flasher as well, which that'll be the last thing I do. I put back in on that little guy right there. So let's start getting this HUD in and see if it works. And I don't even know if the HUD works. There's no way to bench test them. So let's go ahead and dry fit it and see if it even works. Hopefully it does, crossing our fingers. All right, first things first. I got this guy out, the blank switch. I'm gonna throw in the HUD switch real quick, and then we'll go from there. All right, switch is in. And you can actually do this, put this switch in without removing the entire bezel. If you do one bolt right here, it'll give you enough room where you can get a torque in right there and right there. And then it's just a matter of routing the wires to the right spot, to the little pigtail, which is right there. All right, the next thing, I'm gonna put the HUD in place, I'm gonna plug it in, and crossing my fingers it works. So here we go. All right, HUD is in place, it's plugged in. See it right there. I don't know if you can, I'm not looking at too much reflection, but anyways, it's plugged in. Just gonna go ahead and plug the battery back in and hope for the best. All right, car's on. There we go. Oh, look at that. Got a HUD. Oh shit. Oh, it's really blurry in the camera. There it is. You can see on the edges, top and bottom, where the film is. Maybe I'll draw a little bit. No, it looks good though. It's super bright. Get the focus for you guys a little bit. Well, you get the idea. So awesome. Yeah, so that was worth it. And now I gotta go fix my flasher here and cut a hole in the dash. Let's get to it. Okay, this entire process, the hardest part was this stupid little flasher switch. It took me like half an hour to get the damn thing out. It's not intuitive at all how to get it out. You gotta go through the front and kind of punch it back out of its housing. It makes no sense, but I got it swapped. And if you have to do this, just this, total pain in the ass, FYI. So I'm kind of glad I was doing the HUD anyways. This would have drove me fucking insane. All right, let's cut this dash. All right, so here we are right now. Looking pretty good. Pretty flush. So I want that cure overnight. In the morning, I got everything wrapped up. Should be good. Man, I'm tired. You know, the taking it apart was actually pretty easy. The reinstall was a pain in the ass, a lot longer than I thought. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. You can see some of the white adhesive I used, which is kind of stupid on my part. But I'll see if I can get creative with some sort of black marker or something with a weird extension and fix that. But overall, the fit and finish looks really good, especially from the passenger side. Pretty happy with it. Sitting right here, you really can't even see it. But yeah. So the hardest part was reinstall of everything. Harder than I anticipated, but whatever, it's back together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.